Hi, this is Heather with Women Own Wheels. Are you in the market for a classy, sassy, and a bit smart techie three-row SUV? Well, welcome to the 2020 BMW X7 xDrive 40i. This particular model retails for $83,000. A special shout out goes to Troy Massey at BMW of Austin for allowing me to test drive this stunning vehicle. Now, we're going to be doing my top 5 review, which includes styling, safety, technology, storage, and handling. So let's get started. Number 1 is styling, and this vehicle certainly does stand out. Now, as we come out to the front of the vehicle, you can see that large, stately grille that I really love. As you come forward, I just want to show you, you've got panels that are actually closed within the grille, and it does open when you start the vehicle to drive to allow airflow. We've got a camera up front showing that this vehicle does have the 360-degree view for the driver. As you back up, I just want to show you the nice tight headlamps they have, which I think really accent the grille here. And they are LED. You have LED headlamps and fog lights. As you come around to the side, we've got 22-inch rims on this model. And then I really do like this chrome molding that starts at the fender and runs down the side of the vehicle. And I like how they do incorporate it, giving kind of a shadow effect, showing that it's like an airflow. The side view mirrors do have the blinker incorporated, as well as your side view mirror, your camera. And this package does have climate control, so it does have heated mirrors. The door handles do illuminate at night, and they do put a nice lighting on the ground as you enter the vehicle. This particular model does have the soft close, so if you just hit that first latch, it'll actually suction the door in for you. Moving down, we've got the nice rear door that's very wide, you can see. Now, how this is helpful, especially in a 3-row SUV, having that wider opening allows that seat to fold forward and easy access to your passengers getting to the 3rd row. Coming to the back of the vehicle, I do like the, of course, electric gate, but this one has the tailgate. So people, you don't have to have a truck just to get a tailgate. And this one is electric, which is even a little bit better. So just press the button right here. Tailgate falls. Perfect place to sit. And you've got the shade of your liftgate above. Can't beat that, huh? I love it. And a little tech thing here I want to show you, which is pretty awesome. It does have an electric to pull the tailgate back up, which a lot of trucks don't have. And this button right here actually lowers the vehicle to allow you to load and unload much easier. So if you've got something heavy or something you're trying to get in, or for any of my height challenged friends, this is amazing. You actually just press this button, the car actually lowers some to allow easier access. We'll go ahead and close that guy right there. And then this one here. Now I want to take you inside the vehicle. Moving inside the vehicle, this particular model does have the black interior, and it does have a nice two-tone accent. You've got the lighter on your headliner and runs right there to the base of the door, which is nice. It gives you a little bit of lighter view inside the vehicle. I want to point out the nice clean dash we have here, and I like how they incorporated multiple materials. We've got, of course, the leather up here with the stitching. You've got a nice brushed chrome that runs across and is in the steering wheel. And we have a matte wood trim on this model, and it runs across the dash as well into your center console. I want to point out that the lighting package in this car is really quite pretty. So they've incorporated, it's actually really subtle, but provides ample light at night. You've got a nice trim here of light. I have it on the blue right now. I don't know if you can see that. And then you've got it also running down the center console on both sides, as well as right there in your door panel of every door. What's cool is you can change those lights to any color you want, but also when you open the door, they do turn red as kind of a precautionary, whether that you're in a parking lot or you're on the side of the road and you have it open and it does show red, just to kind of grab attention. This model does offer a package that has the heated seats, and it has heated seats in every row in the vehicle. So from the front row to the second row to even the third row, which is a wow item because normally those third row passengers don't get to have nice toasty buns like the rest of us. Another thing is, of course, you've got electric seats. In this model, of course, we've got them up front and in the rear, which is very nice. You've got a leg extender up front for you, comfortable for the driver. Another thing on the heated seats is in the front and passenger seat. Believe it or not, you don't only get toasty here, but it actually warms on each side. So depending on who sets it, on your side of the console, as well as your armrest right here in the door will warm up. So wow, another wow there of not only can you have little toasty buns, but you can also have a nice warm arm, whether you lean right or left on your door or on your center console. Another thing I want to show inside is the ample amount of legroom this second row gets. It is crazy. So a lot of room right here. You've got the electric controls easily right here to access. And so you, of course, will need to move up a little bit to allow that third row access. Number 2 is safety. And let's talk about what this BMW comes with. Now, something I was impressed with definitely was this rear view camera, which also has the park distance control front and rear. And the nice camera offers multiple views. So I really like how big and wide you've got the nice rear camera is. You also have the 360 view that we talked about as we looked around in the front. You saw them in the side view mirrors, but also the door openings. So when you park, you want to make sure you have enough room. I like how once I put it in park, it is going to show me the doors opening and how much room I've got around me. Now, when I do put it into reverse, it's going to key in on the camera behind me, of course, with the 360. But right here, I can actually spin this around and it's going to show me all my cameras around the car. Now, if I click that side view one, there's the side of my vehicle. Very nice. And if I come around, I can actually look at the right side of the vehicle. How is this helpful? Think of parallel parking, and you do not want to scrape those beautiful rims on the concrete. So this is a great way as you're backing up. You may want to just kind of take a peek and see how far away you are from the curve. Or if you just want to be able to kind of check both sides before you take off, make sure no one left a shopping basket or anything like that. This is a great way to do that. So you're able to, of course, have multiple views here, which is very nice. As you can see alongside here, there's a lot of customization you can do, of course, with the backup assistant. You can have camera images and different settings that you can set for the vehicle. As far as other safety items, it does have, of course, advanced airbags, but it has front and rear head protection system, which is here, with side impact airbags, and you've got the curtain airbags right along there. You've got active driving assistant, including frontal collision warning. So it's going to give you that with the city collision mitigation. Lane departure warning, which is going to be the nudge that you get in the steering wheel. And I did find as I drove it on the highway when I first got it, it was quite strong on pushing you back in your lane. But I did find out that in settings, you're able to change the amount of, I guess, guidance that you get. So it can be medium, which is with a stronger one that I felt. I liked the reduced, where you still have it, but it's a little softer nudge into your lane. Or you can actually turn the system off. So having those options are great, because a lot of vehicles do offer the options to be able to change up what kind of guidance that you get on that. You get lane departure warning, like I said, the active blind spot detection, which is the triangle right there in your side view mirror, and rear cross traffic alert. Which how that is when you're backing up and you're getting close to an item, you actually have like yellow bars that kind of run across, and then red when you get closer. It kind of gives you a little step-by-step on backing up how close you're getting to an object. And that pretty much sums up our safety. Number 3 is technology, and this car has a ton of it. So let me show you what we've got. Of course, from the driver's perspective on the steering wheel, you've got your cruise control options right here. And then on this side, we've got, of course, radio buttons, telephone, of course, and just being able to speak and ask for different options that you can get from the menu. Now, over here, I do want to point out the limiter button. This is something I've only seen on BMWs, but what it does is if you like to drive on your own, meaning you don't like to necessarily set cruise, but you don't want a ticket because you have a bit of a lead foot, then limiter is the perfect option for you. You can drive and set that limiter on the speed that you do not want to go over. And it will let you, slow down, speed up as you desire, but not past that, wherever you set that limit at. So if you're driving 70 and you're driving down, you can actually, if you're lead foot and, press the gas a little more, it won't go over 70 and it won't rev the engine. It's just going to maintain that 70. You can slow down as your heart desires, but not go over that limit. Kind of cool. Got the shifters right here. And then above, here's your vision here we've got, and you can actually scroll through to have a few different options there on the side. It does have different modes. We've got a sport mode, comfort, and eco drive. Also, this car does have the heads-up display. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes the camera doesn't really showcase that very well, but it does have it right up there. Moving over right here, I found this screen to be easy to see, very clear. I had no problems working with it at all. Very intuitive. So you can go through your menu options are right here, and it can give you further menu options. Allows you to do things right on the right, easy and accessible. I like how it explains it all. And you can kind of move through right here. Navigation, car settings, all of that, very easy to access right through here. Navigation as well, just to let you know, you can go ahead and being able to tell it where you want to go without having to type it in, because otherwise they want you to pull over and type it in. But otherwise, if you're driving, you can actually just hit the button from the steering wheel and tell it a location that you want to go. Another super cool thing, which was a wow item for me, is this car has its own personal assistant, and you can name her whatever you'd like. And I know that sounds very funny, but it comes standard with, "Hi, BMW."
"Hello, what can I help you with?"
And she lists some options here of what you can actually ask for. It does some really cool stuff, but it's kind of having Alexa in your car, I would say. She can pretty much listen in and help you with anything that you could possibly imagine, from the status of your vehicle. If you wanted to ask, like, hey, how are my tire pressure and all my tires? And she can tell you while you're driving. She can answer any questions. She can play a song, play a station. She can even do, crazy enough, you can tell her, "I'm stressed," and she will change the mood in your vehicle. Like when you said, "I'm stressed," she'll actually go into a relaxation mode. And what she will do is close your sunroof, adjust the temperature in the vehicle, and start playing calm music. Cuts off your radio and starts playing like a 3-minute calming music while you're driving. I found that to be pretty hilarious, but also pretty cool. So she can do a multitude of things, and you can name her. So if you don't like to say, "Hi, BMW," then you can actually tell her what you would like her name to be, and she can answer you however you would like. So very cool feature, kind of crazy, but kind of like it. All right, so further down here, I just want to show you, here's a lot of the options that you have for your air system throughout the car. This little button here is going to show you where you can do intelligent safety and make any kind of configuration you'd like. This is where you have all of the safety intelligence on. You can do it individually if you like a certain kind of thing, and they help you to configure that there. Below here are your station presets, and you're able to do manual buttons, as you can hear. Another thing BMW offers is gesture control, which is kind of fun as well. Although I talk with my hands a lot, so once or twice I have found myself turning up the volume just by chance, because I guess I'm pretty dramatic with the hands when I talk. But what you're able to do, it's kind of fun, especially on the radio. So if we go to media, you can actually change channels. It dings. You move your hand this way or that way to change channels. You also can do volume by spinning your finger, and it increases the volume, or you can actually turn it all the way down. So very interesting if you want, to be able to talk and just kind of do those things on the fly. That's one way to do it. You also have the controls here. And then you also have, of course, volume control and just changing channels here. So you've got plenty of options to do it. It's just a fun gesturing that you can do to kind of move things along. Right below here is a very important note. It is our wireless phone charger. Amazing. Love that thing. And then right here is where you also have a plug. You got a little cubby hole right here, and of course your cup holders. Now it is an option. I didn't see it on this one, but they say you can actually get heated and cooled cup holders. There you go. On to right here in our center console. If you don't like the touchscreen above, here's all the menu options right here, and you're able to scroll and pick different things. You've got, here is the access to the different modes of driving. Here's another interesting thing. You can lower or raise the vehicle based on where you're driving or what you're doing, I suppose. So if you're going a little bit off-road, you want a little more clearance on your vehicle, then you can actually push this up and it'll actually raise the vehicle. It just takes a few seconds to do. Or you can actually lower the vehicle. So I found, picking up someone elderly, I actually lowered the vehicle down just to drop it some to make it easier for them to access into the vehicle. So you can obviously do that as well. Right here, we've got our center console, got ample amount of room, and right here is where you do have another plug. Now let me show you over here on the driver's door. You have a plethora of buttons, and I will say this BMW has buttons that are just amazing, but there are a ton of them, so they can be kind of confusing at first, but once you get the hang of it, they are all very flexible and come in handy. So right here, we've got, of course, your windows. You've got door locks for the kids. And then you've got where you can put up, guess what, moms of little ones, this is amazing. You've got the rear shades on the back doors, but with the touch of a button from you, you're able to lower or raise the shades. So that is so nice if you have a smaller child in the back and they're complaining, or just an infant who needs some shade. You've changed directions and they've got to have some shade. That's an awesome option for you to be able to have that control right there from your driver's seat. It's not a clip that you're trying to pull over and help do or try to do while you're driving, which would be totally dangerous. Now, some other buttons on here that are interesting, different is up here, you're able to move the rear seats up and up or further back, just from being able, you're picking up some people. You don't want to get out of your car or mess with all the buttons. You can actually do that front or back, move those rear seats up front or back. Let's move around to the back seat. I want to show you some more tech features. All right, we're in the back seat now, and I want to show you a few quick things. So right here, they've got access to their own AC and heat, and the heated seats back here. You've got a little shelf, and then below we've got 2 more plugs. I don't know if you can see that. And you've got a 12-volt. Now up behind the seats, this was different behind both driver and passenger seat. You've got a plug here, and then you've got this little slot, which I had to figure out what went to. But you can actually buy some accessories through BMW. One is an accessory that is their most popular one, is an iPad holder. So it actually locks in there and it holds an iPad. Because how many times these days, we have a ton of different electronics, and they're already either loaded down with the videos your kids like to watch. And guess what? You're able to actually just plug that in, and it comes with a nice holder, and your child can sit here and watch their videos or do what they want on their own iPad. This really takes the place of what used to be the videos that were mounted in the headrest, but technology moves along so fast that, for vehicle makers, this is expensive when they put that in, and it gets outdated pretty quickly. So this is a great option that they include. So on both sides, any children that you might have are able to work with that. Another neat thing is in the in the rear doors back here, they've got access to a lot of different things. So they can lower their own shades. So if your children are a little older and they want to be able to handle their own things, they're able to do that there, and they can do both sides. Also, you've got a button that can actually open or close the shade. So they're able to make any adjustments that they want to from there. And then there's one more that actually controls the third row one, which is pretty awesome. I've never known a car to have the sunroof open for the third row passengers. So pretty cool. So I had to add that in. Now let's take a look at the third row. Coming into the third row. Now, you've got the nice button right here on the side that's able to bring the seat forward and fold it open to allow you a decent amount of room to climb into the back. This right here is where I pointed out earlier, you can actually fold and unfold the third row seating. Now back here, I want to show you they've got their own cup holder and armrest, but also right here is where they can flip up and have power too. And that is on both sides, which is very nice for your third row. Another thing to showcase is check out what the third row gets. Whoop, whoop. Their own controls, and of course, like I showed earlier, their own little sunroof. So they've got controls for their heated seats, for their AC, and of course, like I said, they're able to control their third row sunroof as well. So something to showcase right there that you can see. Number 4 is storage, and let's talk about what this X7 can hold. Okay, right here, accessible to the driver. You have a nice pocket here to store something small. Of course, you've got the wireless charger, amazing. You got cup holders here, and this car doesn't have it, but it does have an option where you can get heated and cold cup holders. Right here in our center console, you've got an adequate size right here. It's not going to fit any kind of purse, ladies, but it definitely some storage right along there. And in the door, you've got a nice spot, like I have my Yeti right here with cup holder. And then if I have a little small bag, that fits nicely in the door. But again, it's not going to fit any kind of purse. You're probably going to have that on the seat or on the floorboard. Now, let me go ahead and show you what we've got in the back. All right, in the back, we've got storage-wise, we've got the same as far as the doors in the front. You've got the pocket here to hold a drink, and then a nice size pocket for storage. You've got behind the seat access. You got a small little spot right in here. And then right between the seats, you can pull down and you have a nice storage option. Here's another thing for drinks. What's neat about this is you can adjust the size for your cup. So they always get different size cups, you know, nothing ever fits in right. So, I mean, you've got where it can go quite large to smaller, to a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. If you've got small little things like a little sippy cup or anything you've got back here and you want it secure and not falling over, you are able to adjust those items, which is kind of cool. And then you've got a small little tray right in there. Now, moving along to the third, I do want to show you. Press of a button right here. We're going to bring the seat open. And right back here, you've got cup holders right there on both sides for your third row passengers. And let's go ahead and go around to the back. Of course, we've got our electric tailgate. And this is your storage with the third row up. It is kind of slim, but you are able to get, I was able to get quite a few packages in here with no problem. And even my normal big bag that I carry that's all got my stuff in it was not a problem. And the nice option of a tailgate, ladies, is your bags aren't going to fall out. So even grocery shopping, which I love having a lift gate, but when you grocery shop, things move back here. You get home, you open the lift gate, and you're playing, you know, catch to see what's going to roll out. With the tailgate, great benefit to that is it gives you a ledge here that your items are not going to just roll out when you open the tailgate, which is great. Now, I talked about buttons. This is the amount of buttons the BMW offers back here, which at first seems kind of intimidating, but once you get the hang of it, it actually offers a ton of flexibility. So with the touch of a button, your seats, third row seats, and you've got obviously options of left and right side. So I can click them both to move down easily. And that gives you plenty of storage that you've got there. And it adjusts, can you see that actually once it goes down, the rear seats, second row, come back to allow the greatest amount of legroom they can, which I think is an amazing option. Now, you've got some more buttons on here. This one actually provides max amount of legroom for everyone in the car. Or if you're wanting to store as much as possible in this X7, you can hit the max for storage or luggage, and it will lay down everything to allow for as much storage as you can possibly imagine. We've got a little thing right here for something small with the electric tailgate open. Right through here, you can open up another little cupping hole, which I think is brilliant when car makers do this. How many times do you have a visor in the back, a little cover, but you have to store it at home, which is not helpful because then when you really need it, it is not in place. So I love when automakers do put this when they're now creating storage for this in the vehicle. Fantastic. And then you've got actually more storage all up under here, which is really nice. Good place. So Again, electric liftgate. And like I said earlier, is you're able to adjust the height of the car to allow you to store easily more things. That covers our storage. All right, last but not least is handling. And this thing drove extremely well. I really enjoyed driving. My day-to-day and on the highway, it handled phenomenal. I actually had enough oomph to get me anywhere I needed to go. The cabin was very quiet. I didn't have excessive road noise of any kind. When you're in comfort mode, you get more of that floating, very soothing drive. You can also pop it into sport mode if you want a little more oomph and a little more fun. So I think it had it covered. Now I did drive the xDrive 40i. xDrive stands for all-wheel drive, and 40i is a twin turbo charged V6. Like why I said, is enough to get me going, and I had no problems whatsoever from a start, getting on the highway, no issues. Parking also was a cinch. Tooling around was very nice. I did take 5 wonderful ladies shopping, and they all were extremely comfortable in the BMW, and we had room for packages, so big plus there. Also, my kids enjoyed it as well, as they asked, Mom, can we keep this a few more days? Which I'm sure Troy wouldn't have minded if I signed on the dotted line, but I will, darn it, have to be returning it. Now there is a 50i, and that actually has a V8 engine in it, so it will give you a lot more oomph and growl. I didn't seem to need it. I thought the V6 did extremely well for this vehicle, but if you want a little more oomph, then the V8 is a way to go. Just know that it is a significant amount of money difference, so just so you are aware of that. Now reach out to Troy Massey at BMW of Austin if you want to test drive a BMW X7 and find maybe an option that's right for you, or create your own. Now another thing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Women Own Wheels, and check me out on Facebook and Instagram, or my website at womenownwheels.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you again soon.